Huh? The most important thing is for educated youngsters like yourselves to come into politics. So when we ask that question, how many young, dynamic, 35-year-old leaders are there? You suddenly say, you start reading the list out. That's what we need to change. And that's what I'm working on changing in the next 5-7 years. I would like to come and tell you, I'd like to answer that question for you. That, here are the 20, 30 young Muslim leaders. Now, I'd also like to say one other thing. There might be leaders who are Muslim, but it is very important that they are Indian leaders. Huh? It's not good enough. It's not good enough in our country today to simply be a leader of one community. There are enough people in this room. In this room, I am telling you, who can be leaders at the national level. But you must be leaders of everybody. You must be leaders of Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, everybody. So to me, that is the biggest change that you can make. Participate in politics and become leaders of everybody. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to find those youngsters from all communities, not just Muslim community, from all communities, all castes, all religions, all states. And to point to to go back to you, what do I see as some of the success that we've had over the last year, and why is it that suddenly we got many more seats than people expected? Because that is what we are trying to do. We are trying to involve people, new people, from many, many different communities, many different parts of the country in this system. Now I'm running late, so last question, and then I'd like to say just 2 or 3 things.
Good morning, sir. My name is Umme Kulsoom Zaidi, and I am a BCom second year student.
And I can't see where you are.
I'm in the balcony.
Okay.
Okay. So we have come a long way after independence, but how much more time do you suppose it will take before India can have its first Muslim Prime Minister?
The question goes back to you. You need to step up, and the number of leaders coming out of your community at the national level needs to go up. You've got today a Sikh Prime Minister. Nobody would have ever imagined in a country of 1 billion people that we'd have a Sikh Prime Minister. Sikhs are, very small percentage of this country. It's not about what religion or what community you come from. It's about what you bring to the table, what capability you have. Today Manmohan Singh Ji is not a Prime Minister of India because he's a Sikh. He's a Prime Minister of India because he is the most capable person to do the job. And let me tell you something else. If and when you do have a Muslim Prime Minister, he will be a Prime Minister because he is the most capable person, not because he is a Muslim. So the most important thing for all of us and all communities, and youngsters especially, because you are the people who are going to change, I'm depending on you. You are the people who are going to change this country. And all of you have to step forward. Maintain your idealism and say, this thing, we are going to do it. And there are many, many people who feel like you do, that things are not exactly what they should be. I feel like that sometimes. That, what is this going on? Things are not right. But the general sense people have is, हाँ ठीक है, things are not right, वो कोई और ठीक कर देगा उसको. You can't do that because कोई नहीं करने वाला है. You have to do it yourself. And to me, when I come to a room like this, and I get the type of questions that you ask me, and I get the type of discussion that I have with you, I'm very confident that whatever we need, whether it is vision, whether it is implementation, whatever we need is here in this room and rooms like this in other parts of the country. All we need to do is we need to get that energy together. And it is coming together. Slowly, 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 it is coming together. You'll see. And I think all of you owe it to yourselves, your children, and your country to participate in this. And you'll enjoy yourself also. Anyway, I'd like to conclude now because I've already
Sir, my name is Mirza Danish Beg. I'm from Department of Geography. My question is that there are two kind of, our country is divided in two parts, India and Bharat. And most of the students, those who are aspiring for the higher studies, coming from both sections. One, which is a considerably large section, coming from Bharat. And they don't have any option if they are not able to compete the various competitive examination. But the other section, which is coming from India, they have resources, they have a lot of opportunity to do best of their best in the other private institutions and on the paid seat. And according to the National Higher Education Commission and Committee of Yaspal Committee, government is going to give a free hand to the foreign university to open their campuses in our country. What do you think, sir, as being a young leader of this country, if we will left the Bharat, our country will not develop. And our leaders are aspiring to make India as a knowledge creating society.
See, I go to two, three things. I go to a village and I ask them, just recently I went to a village in Uttar Pradesh and I asked, भैया उनको माइक दे दीजिए एक सेकंड, हाँ उनको, नहीं वो जो बात कर रहे सवाल जो पूछा, तो I asked them, what is the most important thing for you?
Sir,
No, I asked the woman. I'll ask you also in 1 minute. But I asked the woman, what is the most important thing for you? And she said to me, the most important thing for me is education for my children. Then I said, when you think about education for your children, what is the most important thing in that? And what do you think her answer was? In a village, in a poor village in Shravasti somewhere. Tell me, what do you think her answer was?
to get the educate first to the women.
No. In education, which subject do you think she thought was the most important for her child?
Discipline first.
No. Huh? English. Now let me tell you why. So I asked her, आप अंग्रेजी की बात कर रहे हो, हिंदी के बारे में क्या लगता है, गणित के बारे में क्या लगता है? And she said, देखिए, जब दिल्ली में कोई बच्चा पढ़ता है, उसको आप अंग्रेजी सिखा देते हो, अंग्रेजी के साथ उसको अच्छी नौकरी मिलती है. हमें यहां अंग्रेजी क्यों नहीं सिखाई जाती? Now the point is that just because the person is poor does not mean that they should not be given whatever needs to be given for them to succeed, whether it is maths or English or anything else. Now, you're making the point about foreign universities. $13 billion is what we give between India and China to the United States to educate Indian children in America. $13 billion.